Yo, what's going on, runners? What's going on, YouTube? So, last few runs, this is just the last two recovery, easy, light effort runs before the race and for the half marathon. And I did have a Para-Ultra Experience Flow that I wanted to try out. They're a 4 mil drop shoe, 4 millimeter drop shoe. But my calves are feeling so good right now, and I really didn't want to try anything new on, let alone should you not try anything new on race day. I didn't want to try anything new on race week because my ankle, that little discomfort I had went away. My calves are feeling loose and ready to go. So we're still gonna be rocking the Mountain Coast, the stealth version of the Mountain Coast here. Get another run in these shoes, get some more miles in them. I mean, this is the shoe. I don't know if it's gonna be the R1 or the R1R, but it's gonna be the shoe that I'm wearing for the half. So, and I know how my foot feels in this shoe. I know how my foot reacts in this shoe. I know the different terrains of this shoe, like the different surfaces of the shoe, different terrains. Like I know how this shoe will react on most things. So I just wanted to keep it familiar, especially because we're keeping it light today. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I figured maybe when I go home, I'll do some quick little strides in the Ultra Experience Flow, just to kind of get my feet used to that 4 mil drop. Because again, I do want to decrease the drop. Right now, the drop in the Mountain Coast R1 are an 8 millimeter drop. And I do wear shoes that are in a 6 millimeter, but lately I've been really rocking Mountain Coast. So I really just want to keep it familiar. Try to keep all the variables as close to race day as possible. So yeah, but again, like, thing is, people always ask me, like, you run so many half marathons, like you should have this dialed in. And the truth is, yeah, you know, but every race is different. Every training block is different. There'll be different setbacks, there'll be different, you know, injuries, different things you want to try, different things you want to try to experience out. So not every half marathon is going to have the same thing. It's not going to have the same regimen. It's not going to have the same routine. There are some variables and things that I do control. So things like my breakfast, my gear, things like that. I can control my training, how hard I push at training. I can control that, but I can't control how I'm going to wake up and feel on half marathon day, or the weather, or anything like that. So today I decided to wait a little bit later in the morning. Right now we're at 75 degrees, Fahrenheit. So hot, humid, but I wanted to kind of get a small distance run in this kind of weather to acclimate the body towards that. So it's going to be a quick little video. Maybe during the run, we'll talk about some, if you are signing up for a race, some tips and tricks that I have learned throughout the race, my racing, I don't want to say racing career, it's more a running journey. So out of my running journey, what have I learned just to make these days a little bit easier. So yeah, let's get going. Come on, let's not waste no time. Yo, what's up, runners? Just over 2 miles in, halfway point. And as promised, I wanted to talk about my tips, my 3 tips that I use to kind of prepare me and get me in the mindset for quote unquote race day, half marathon. And these, again, is a study of one. So it's what works for me. It's not scientifically proven that these are
the holy grail, but there seem to be a lot of similarities between me, my list, and other runners. So probably heard of some of them before, but what I like to do is focus on sleep and nutrition. Specifically, those are two things you really shouldn't, like, you shouldn't take lightly at all in your day-to-day life. But obviously we have other stresses like work, family, things like that. So really focusing in specifically the 2 weeks prior would really help you and help your body. It helps me kind of just relax, make sure I'm getting not just a good amount of sleep, but good quality sleep, not waking up, not feeling tired. And I'm just trying to keep myself loose for those 2 weeks. So a lot of stretching, a lot of foam rolling, things like that. But you can't skimp out on your nutrition and sleep 2 weeks prior to a run or a race. That's what I think. That's what I do. And definitely helps. So eliminate the processed food, you know, try to go to bed early, get a consistent sleep schedule for a little bit, you know, try to prioritize those two things, right? Maybe you can go out to dinner with some friends instead of getting the fried chicken, maybe get some grilled chicken or something like that, you know. Make those little decisions that'll help you. Cleaner protein, make sure you're hitting that protein goal. Protein is important for runners. You know, if you take the creatine, take it, whatever. Obviously consult with a professional, but make sure you dial that in. The next tip that I do is I run in the gear that I train in and I set it out the night before. And this was a lesson I learned the hard way before the New York City Half back in March. I did a training run in a new pair of shoes. If you guys seen the videos, it was the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3, and had a horrible pain afterwards. And this is why in this morning's video I was telling y'all, like, I wanted to wear the Ultra Experience Flow, but because I've never worn that shoe for a run, I just got it in last week, I didn't want to risk running in it during the week of a half marathon, because one wrong move, one injury could set me back. So I didn't want to do that. So that's why I chose to run in the Mountain Coast R1. And I know people are probably so bored of this shoe, but I absolutely love it. And you know, set your clothes out the night before, kind of like a first day of school. This way you wake up, you know the gear you're gonna wear, you know what you're gonna have, you know you run countless miles in there. And the best part about it is, and the easy thing is, pin, if you already have your bib, pin it to your jersey, pin it to your shirt, get everything laid out, your nutrition for the run, get everything laid out, the sunglasses, the body glide, anything that you need, or anything that you think you don't need. Give me 1 second. Sorry, they were doing some landscaping work. And the last thing that I was thinking about while I was running was practice pacing or effort. You don't have to. I know some runners don't want to worry about pace, and that's fine. There's many runs I don't worry about it either. I'm not worrying about it today. Practice pacing or effort. So it's got to be something that you can sustain for that 13 miles, the 26 miles, whatever it is. It's got to be something that you can sustain for that period of time. This is why the long runs are so important. Those are your dress rehearsals for the big day. The big day, which is quote unquote the race, should be the day where you're celebrating, you feel good, all that hard work is not paying off, right? So no matter how many times I've done a half marathon, I know that every time I get to that start line, there was a training block that I had to fight some adversity. I had to break out of my comfort zone, do something different for that training block. So for me, the day of the race, when I pin that number on, that's the day that I am so happy and so proud, because all that hard work, you know, now there's only 13 miles or 26 miles to go, but I have already ran hundreds of miles to get to that one point. So, and a bonus is have fun. I didn't start having fun running until after the New York City Marathon was over. And there has been times where I switched back and forth, even after, being like, ooh, you know, I gotta be better than everyone else, be better than all the runners. But now I'm just focusing on having fun, and I can tell you how much less stress I put on my mind, my body. I'm getting to try shoes that I want to try, not listening to the other experts or studies, and I'm just doing what works for me, and I'm enjoying it. And I think that's the most important thing, is having fun. Plan a post-race meal with your family or friends. Stay on and cheer the other runners. It'll make your day to do that. And if y'all can't or don't want to run a half marathon or a marathon, which I think if you're able to, you should, it'll change your life. But in the off chance that you can't, go volunteer. Go volunteer and see all those people that put all that work in that no one was seeing, and just help them get through. Trust me, races are nothing without the volunteers, and you guys help us get through it. When you can go volunteer and see the looks on these everyday people, the everyday athletes, because they are athletes, when you can see the look on their face, it's just an unbelievable and moving experience. So yeah, y'all, that is it. Those are what I do to get ready, prepare the mind, prepare the body for a half marathon, 5K, 10K, whatever the case may be. All right, y'all, almost done. Let's get it done, come on. Yeah, runners. That's it, y'all. Wow, I'm so used to saying 6 miles in the books. We're leaving that in there. 4 miles done. Kind of wrapping up this half marathon training block, and I just get so excited to run, and it is such an important thing in my life. And I don't know how much more I could express that literally in every single video. It's not about the gear, it's not about the shoes, it's not about, I mean, I run in the same shoes, even though I have a wall of collection of running shoes. I literally pick the same like 4 shoes to run in. You know, it's just how it makes me feel mentally, physically. It just changes everything about my day. 4 miles in the books, inching closer and closer to the half marathon. That's a nice car. I actually have to look in the race website today to see, do I have to pick up bibs on race day, or do I have to go there early? I don't know yet. This is how much to tell y'all. Like, I wish I didn't leave this tip in the video, but try not to be nervous. This is a big one, right? And this is so hard for people, right? It's like, how do you do that? I could tell you honestly, being 100% honest with y'all, I was really not nervous about standing on the start line of the New York City Marathon. And the reason why is because I've done so many runs before. So now what I do is I don't think of it as a race. I may call it a race. I may say, oh, I have a 5K race, or I have a half marathon coming up. I may use the terminology, I have a race coming up, right?
And then people will ask, how long? I'll be like, a half marathon or a marathon, whatever the case may be. But in my mind, when it comes close, when it's on that day, I don't think of it as a race day. I think of it as a group run with a whole lot of people. That's what I think of it as. I think of it, I was on the phone with my best friend on the morning of New York City Marathon, and all I kept saying was, it's just another run. It's just another run with 63,000 people. It's just another run. So all I say to myself, and I forgot to put this in the video, and if I did, I have to cut this whole piece out, but go to the day, get to the start line. If you're pinning the bib to your jersey, if you're in your race day shoes, just think to yourself, this is just another run. I know I said this in the video. It should be that celebration. Think of it as another run, and you won't be nervous. I mean, it works for me. I'll tell you, I was training and thinking about New York City Marathon for 2 years. And when that date came, I thought I was going to be so super nervous. I thought I was going to be shaking, but I didn't feel that, because in my mind, I just kept saying to myself, it's just a run. You've done this before. You've done this every single day for so long. But yeah, I love running. And this is the kind of videos that I want to make. I want to make tips and tricks. I want to make just talking about it. You know, you guys could, express, your thoughts in the comments, and that's ideally what I want. Talk a little bit about the R1. I mean, there's not really much to say. The shoe's great. I love it so much. If you really like the shoe to look clean, get the black colorway, because I stepped in mud in this and everything, and you really just don't see it. It holds it very, very well. I like I might be leaning more towards the CPU outsole than the rubber outsole. Like today I was holding the R1, the R1R, the rubber outsole, and then I was holding this one, and I was like, no, I'm picking this one, because it just feels good. It just feels good. Yeah, I think it's just that little bit lighter weight when I was holding it this morning. And I said in yesterday's video that I didn't feel the weight difference when I was on my feet, but I did. And then when I picked them up, I felt it again. And I was like, wow, I really like the R1 because it's super lightweight. I think it's like 8.5 ounces in a men's size 9. Like, that's unreal. So it's not unreal, but it's good. There's other shoes that are lighter than that, but I shouldn't say the word unreal, but it feels like it's a light shoe, and it's protective, and it feels good. I don't feel like my feet are thrashed at the end of it. I feel really, really good. So yeah, and also the great thing is I stopped seeing some advertisements smashed all over my Instagram page for this, so that's also a plus. Really good shoe, y'all. Check it out. Can't wait for the T1 and the H1 to come out. But y'all, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking. It just means a lot to me. Yeah, man, I need to organize my thoughts and make videos like tips and tricks while I'm not running, but I feel like making it authentic while I run, that's when my best thoughts come out. So y'all, thank you so much. We got one more run before the half marathon, so we got one more video before it, and let's go. If you guys, one last thing, if you guys are scared or nervous or anxious to hit the button to sign up for a run, just hit it. Just sign up for it, because it's gonna change your life. Same thing I tell people, like, they're like, how did you start posting on YouTube? I'm like, I just made a video and I hit post. Did I want to? No, but I did it, and now I have 60 plus subscribers that watch them and that comment, and we could have great conversations, and I learn from them as well. So do what you want to do. That's the last piece of advice. It's about running, and it's not about running. I mean, that could just be anything in life. Just do what makes you happy. Find your passion and do it. I'm so big on people finding their passion. Find your passion and do it. Catch you on the next video. Peace out.